Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Growing Tropicals in UK. Today's topic is going to be on caring for tropical fruiting guava tree during springtime in UK. So this particular tree has been with me for now 2 years. 2024 I received it. So last year it fruited for me for the first time. It lives in my greenhouse, which is kept frost free. So let me first of all show you. So this part of the film was made 8th of March, 2026. Let me show you what this tree looked like when I first received it in, I think, March of 2024. So this is how the guava tree looked back in 2024 when I received it. So the main trunk there is kind of thinnish, held up by the bamboo stick at the back. And then you have the side shoots, about 4 of them. They're not particularly thick either. This tree actually grew to be really strong and gave me fruits for the first time last year. So these were the guavas from last year. As you can see, they grew to normal size and ripened up nicely. Usually tropical fruiting guavas in UK tend to immaturely ripen up its fruits while they are quite small, tiny guavas, or well, tinier than it should be, much smaller than the size that it should be. It usually tend to immaturely ripens it up to save its seeds. I will talk about why the guavas in UK tends to go that way and what you can do to prevent it and get your fruit guava tree to give you normal size guavas that ripens as it should. So what is it that I do to my guava tree during springtime to get it ready for the summer growing season? This guava tree lives in a barely kept frost-free greenhouse. I allow it to get down to 1 degree only. Obviously, it's going to have some dieback after winter time. It's important that you go around looking at your tree to cut away any dead and diseased and weak branches and leave behind a nice healthy framework that's ready to grow out nice strong growth shoot as well as the flowers for the year ahead. The leaves that you see on this tree now are from last year. They turn purple during winter time. It's normally green during summer and purpley brown during winter time. Each one of these leaves will fall off and it will be replaced by fresh, healthy green leaves. What I'm going to do is show you guys what it looks like in March now, and then I will also show you guys what it looks like in May when all of these leaves have gone and the tree has been replaced with nice, healthy green leaves. So let me go and cut off all these dead weak branches and show you guys what the tree looks like afterward. Also, what I am going to do is repot this tree. It has been 2 years that it's been sitting on a 15-litre pot. It needs to go into a bigger pot because it keeps drying out every other day. So I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like in a minute. This is how the tree is looking after I gave it a good trim. While I show you guys how the tree is looking, let me quickly touch up on the topic of why tropical guava grown in UK tend to be small and why does the tree immaturely ripen its fruits to save the seeds. This happens because the tree is getting moved indoors and outdoors for winter and summer. If you were to move your tree indoors while it's holding its fruit, the tree will go into shock and abort the growth of the fruits, and it will never allow the fruits to get to the normal size for that variety. The trick is to get your tree to flower before June so that the fruits can mature up on the tree and ripen up on the tree outdoors before you move it in for winter. Don't let it flower after June or else your tree will abort the growth of the fruits and ripen up indoors immaturely. Today's date is 13th of April. It has been just over 1 month since I gave the tree a good trim. As you can see, nice new fresh shoots have emerged. These shoots are still at risk of being damaged by frost, so I have to ensure the polytunnel remains above 1 degree at all times. These shoots are the ones that's going to grow taller and hold this year's flower buds for the fruits to form. By the time end of May comes, I should be able to show you guys the flower buds. Hopefully, they will be quite tiny in May as well, but I'll be able to show you guys end of May. Now, let's get repotting. The soil, the pot that is in now is 15 litres. I want to move this into a 30-litre pot. On the video itself, it looks like both pots are the same size, but it's not. It will have double the amount of soil, access to double the amount of soil, and the soil type that I'm going to be using is Johnins number 3. Johnins number 3 used to be really good soil, but lately they've been adding some kind of rubbish into it. I use Johnins number 3 for my avocados too. As I have over 100 fruiting trees, I cannot be mixing my own soil. So therefore, this is going to be done using pure Johnins soil only. Let me go and repot this because I cannot be holding a camera and repot at the same time. I will come back and show you guys what the tree looks like. The tree now has been repotted. It looks pretty neat. I made a mistake actually because when I replanted when I moved it to the newer pot, I didn't leave enough gap from the top to the soil level so that when I water it doesn't run off. I'm hoping that the soil level will sink down and give me that gap for me to water without worrying about all the water running off. Now I will come back and show you guys how this tree is going to look like end of April. All of these leaves, the old leaves, should have been gone, and it should be just brand new shoots remaining on this tree by the time end of May come. Hopefully by that time I should be able to show you some flower buds too, that if the tree flowers again this year. Today's date is 31st of May. Just as I said a little bit earlier on that the leaves of last year will fall off, and it has fallen off. Every single leaf on this tree now is fresh growth of this year. Plenty of buds have sprouted, nice and healthy. The leaves kind of look small now, but they will get bigger as the time goes. Plenty of growth on the bottom of the tree as well, which I'm not sure if I'm going to keep or not. Right, so 31st of May today. Let's see if we can see any kind of flower buds on the tree. Remember what I said about getting the tree to flower before end of June. It has to flower. Anyway, so let's have a look to see if you can see flower buds. There you go. Can you see it? It's a little bit more clearer on this one. So every single shoot, it seems that it has at least 2 to 4 flower buds. Last year, if I can remember correctly, there weren't that many flower buds like it is now. I only had about 7 fruits last year. Guavas tend to hold every single fruit that it forms. Rarely, not a single fruit fell off last year. So this year it looks like I'm going to have far more than just 7 guavas like I did. This is a nice clear shot here. Those are the little flower buds that will grow, flower and turn into fruits. I don't even have to hand pollinate, or I don't think any of the bees pollinate it either, but they do self-fertilize and set fruit. I'm not sure if I'm going to allow this many fruits to be holding on the tree. Let's see. The issue now that I have is that the tree is touching the roof of the greenhouse. So I'm thinking about bending the branches to shorten it, to give it a chance for the new growth and the new shoots to some space for the new shoots to grow. So I'm going to bend the branches and tie it up. So this is how the tree is looking after I've bent the branches and tied it down. I had to be really careful that the branches doesn't snap as I bent it. The tree now has about 1 foot of headspace. growth space. It will reach that. I will just have to keep pinching the tips off. I quite like the shape of the tree now. I'm hoping the tree would harden up its branches and keep the shape. I've also given it a slow release fertilizer, as last year I found it really difficult to keep up with weekly or every 2 weeks, the feeding of every 2 weeks. So this year I decided that's going to be slow release only. This is how the guava tree is looking end of spring. I will keep you guys posted once the flowers open and once it sets fruit. So until next time, take care and bye bye.